Okay, the first thing I do to prep myself before I start working with the actual dog is take the cloth tape and tear off about a 2.5 to 3 inch section. And just get, that'll be for one ear. And this will be for the other side. This is just getting everything ready before you actually sit down with the dog and get him calm in your lap. Then we're going to do another piece that's going to be about 7 or 8 inches long for the bottom half, and another one for the other side. Alright, and then once that's done, just make sure you have your powder, your alcohol, your gauze pads, which I buy the roll and cut them into little strips like this. I like to use the gauze versus the cotton balls, because when you try and stick a cotton ball down in the ear, number one, it'll leave little pieces of cotton like this in the ear, and I don't like that. But nothing comes off of these pads, and you can actually stick your finger in it like that and get down in the ear and clean it. So that's why I use the gauze pad. Alright, take a break. Okay, now the tampons, basically you just unwrap. This little part slides, it'll kind of lock into place right there. That'll give you your length. And then just take some tape and basically just wrap it around where they join to keep that part from sliding down so it stays the same length, just to secure it. And just do that. And then I also tape the very end where the string is, just to tape the string down so it doesn't move around and you mess it up that way. Just one time around is enough. And so you have your cotton on the bottom, which is actually going to go down into the ear, and then this is the part that you're going to put the tape in reverse, which is where I use the cloth tape that I sent you the picture of. And I just start at the top of the tampon and just wrap it around with the sticky side to me, so you can stick into me. So as you come around, it'll stick to itself, and just make it tight as you come around like a barber pole. Just let it wind down toward the bottom, and it's going to be sticky. That's fine. That's what you want. And you just take it all the way to the bottom. Until you get to where the cotton is, and then just tear it, and now you have a sticky tampon, which is going to be in the dog's ear. So I'll demonstrate how to put it in the ear after I do the next one. Okay, now I'm going to put some alcohol in this little container here, and then take my gauze pads, and we're going to do cleaning. Dip the gauze in there and get it wet with the alcohol. And then this is Thor, Tango's brother, one of them. And we're just going to take the ear and pick it up gently, and then finger goes down in the ear, and just you'll feel like a little recess down in there, and just use the tip of it. See, that's from him playing outside, just dirt being in there. Now, Tango's ear is not going to be dirty because I cleaned him this morning, and he hasn't been playing out in the dirt in the backyard. But you want to make sure that the inside of the ear is clean before you stick anything in there. And basically, you just wiping with the gauze pad with the alcohol on it until you don't get any more dirt on it when you finish. And they like this. This is kind of bonding time on the chair. You can kind of see he's enjoying me cleaning his ear right now. So, and see, he shouldn't be that dirty. It just depends on where he's playing at. So that's basically how you clean the inside of the ear. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the other ear and I'll get back to you on the next phase. All right, now that his ears are clean, and you may have to wrestle around with him a little bit, but he'll settle down. He's pretty used to doing this. All right, we're gonna do the powder on the outside. What the powder's for is to keep the hair from sticking to the sticky part of the tape, so you don't rip hair off of his ear, or as little as possible. Plus it's medicated, so it helps. But you just put it on there and kind of rub it into the hair, and you can coat it pretty good. It's not gonna do anything but help keep it from sticking. The way the ear's all nice and white looking. I'm gonna do this ear. And again, he's gonna just kind of go with it and, you know, let him do his thing. And just get him all settled like that. You're gonna smell good. Okay, now that the powder's on, I just have powder on my hands. I just take a gauze, a little bit of alcohol, just kind of clean my hands so I don't get the powder on the tape, because it's gonna make the tape not want to stick when you need it to. And then, just if in case I got any powder on the inside of the ear, I just wipe it real quick with a little bit of alcohol, just to make sure that the powder's just on the outside. And now, okay, the tampons with the tape on it that are nice and sticky. Basically, we're gonna take the ear and hold it like this, and where you were cleaning with the hole, there's a hole down here, like a little pocket. That little cotton part just kind of goes down there. You just kind of twist it and work it down in there, and then pull the ear up to where it's up against it. The tip's going to be a little longer, and then the ear just kind of wraps around gently, and that's how you post the tampon inside the ear. It's sticking to the inside. Now you take the tape. This is very important. You want to take the tape and start it on the sticky part of the tampon, and very gently. You don't want any pressure on this outside, so just lightly bring it around, and then you secure it to the inside to where it's on the outside of the ear, but it's not putting any pressure on the edges of the ear, because that's when you're going to run into trouble with the stickiness from the tape touching the ear and causing irritation. And just bring it around. That's why it's real short. You don't want it to overlap too much. And then just tap it lightly, like that, and it's really securing it here on the inside, but on the outside where it's attached to the actual fur or in the skin, it's not tight, it's not pulling the ear down or anything, it's just keeping it against it so that it doesn't flop around. And that's the top part of the tape. Now we're going to do the bottom half with the longer piece. Basically it's the same thing. You come on this side, stay still, come on, Thor, and attach the tape right there on the inside. And it doesn't matter if this part of the ear folds in a little bit. The point here is to get it around, just to hold it, just nice and gentle, and just let him, you know, move around. And see, I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm just kind of wrapping it around like so. And you can see how it's real loose. It's not even touching the skin right here. That's all you need. And then just kind of take your fingers and make sure it's stuck to the inside of the tampon where it's sticky. And this back part, if you get a close-up right here, it's not even pulling the ear down onto the tampon, but it is stuck on the inside. And see, it's so loose I can even see inside of it. That's what you want. That way the circulation doesn't get cut off in the ear, and you have no chance of doing any damage to the ear. And then once that's done like that, we do the other side the same way. and then I'll continue and show you how to do the bracing across. And basically this is good for about 24 hours. You want to redo it every 24 hours. And we'll get to that part in a second. I'm going to go ahead and do the other ear, and then we'll finish the video. Alright, now that we've got both tampons in the ears taped, I cut a piece, I guess it's about 14 to 15 inches long. This is going to be the bracing between the two that kind of keeps it from flopping around and holds them up straight. So basically what I do is just take on one side and come around, overlap the existing tape, and then join it back in the middle, like so. Come here, Thor. And then just bring it around like so, till it touches the other side, and then join it back in the middle. And you just want to wrap it one more time, so it makes them stand up kind of straight like goalposts is what you want. And once that's done like that, and that's not putting in any extra pressure either, it's nice and loose. This little short piece I just put in the center of this to secure it, so that when he starts getting aggravated with it on there, he won't scratch it off, hopefully. And basically that's it. So I'll redo this tomorrow afternoon, and just take a pair of scissors and just be very careful, and then cut this side, and then unwrap, and unwrap the top, and then go through the cleaning process again with the alcohol and the gauze, and just clean his ears out. Shouldn't be that dirty. And as you can see, they're down in all the way to here. This is the bottom of the tampon where my finger is, down in this little pocket in the ear, and that holds it secure. And that's all there is to it. I feel certain after about 7 to 10 days of you doing this with Tango, you'll probably be done. He'll be ready to go. So if you have any other questions about it, just call me, and I'll be glad to answer them. So I hope this was helpful.